What's good everyone, it's Kajani with a crafting guide going over the next step of the Splendorous Tool questline introduced in patch 6.45. At the conclusion of this stage, your Splendorous tool will be upgraded to a Brilliant tool. As you can see, the Brilliant tools have these two crystals that rotate around the tool. Whenever you move around, as you can see, the crystals, they leave streaks of light, which is a really nice touch. Besides how they look, here are the stats that are included on the Brilliant tools. In this video, you'll find an overview of the upgrade process, as well as the crafting macros that are used to craft the Connoisseur collectibles. Once again, we have a splendid opportunity to put our crafters to work, so let's get started. Let's go over what we'll need to get a Brilliant tool. First is the minimum stats needed to craft the Connoisseur collectibles, as well as your crafting essentials. To unlock the next stage of the Splendorous Tool questline, we are headed to the Crystarium to speak with Granault to pick up the quest, The Joy of Zoe. The best part of these cutscenes is that they mentioned that the tools were selling like coffee biscuits. If you were around in Shadowbringers, you get this reference. If you weren't around, this area of the Crystarium was filled with crafters making gillions upon gillions off of coffee biscuit lev quests. It was really good times before levs got nerfed. After the initial quest, the process of getting a Brilliant tool is divided into two enhancement quests, a tool of her own and a tool without compare. For each respective quest, you'll need to turn in a minimum of 30 collectibles for the tool that you're working on. The white script crafting mats are sold by our buddy Quinana. The new materials are going to cost 60 white crafting scripts. So that's really it for the overview. It's gonna take 28,800 white crafting scripts, yeah I know, to get all 8 crafting tools. Based on my stats, I was able to complete this step without using any high quality materials. If you aren't using a pentamelded set of gear, I do recommend using high quality crafting mats, then modifying the macro to fit your stats. Alright, let's go over the 4620 difficulty macro that we'll use to get a Brilliant tool. While I set up the buffs for the progress phase, just to let you know, this macro is 26 steps because I did not use any high quality mats. Alright, so the progress phase is pretty much done here after this second groundwork. Now to move on to the quality phase, which is the majority of this macro. So I'm going to start with an innovation, and then I'm going to use preparatory touch to take advantage of this last step of waste not. I have 3 steps of innovation left, so I'm going to use the 1, 2, 3 quality combo of basic touch, standard touch, and then advanced touch. Alright, that's going to give me 5 stacks of inner quiet, so I am halfway to 10, so my next step is going to be to re-up manipulation and then also re-up innovation. Alright, and then now I am going to use observe and then focus touch, and then another observe and then another focus touch. Every time I use observe, I gain back 5 durability, so that combo there actually saved me some durability. I have 7 stacks. Now I'm going to use innovation again, and then the 1, 2, 3 quality combo to get 10 stacks of inner quiet. With 10 stacks and the last step of innovation active, I'm going to use the job action trained finesse, and that's going to take me to a point where I can set up my quality finisher. So let's head over to the efficiency calculations window so that you can see the value of my quality finisher. So I'm going to use innovation, great strides, and then as you can see, that's more than enough to reach max collectability. So after this Beer God's Blessing, I'm going to be at max collectability. Now for a careful synthesis, and the craft is done. For tool without compare, I had to use 2 high quality crafting materials in order to reach max collectability every time. Honestly, I don't think it's possible to craft the collectibles for this step without at least 1 high quality material. I used high quality materials for the first 2 items in every 5280 difficulty recipe. If you need a macro for the crafting materials in this step, I have included it in the description of the video as well as the comments. Now let's go over the 5280 difficulty crafting macro for the Brilliant tools. Alright, I already have muscle memory active, and since I used 2 high quality mats, the collectible starts at 437 collectability. So manipulation and then veneration. Then I'm going to use a waist knot 2. The waist knot together with the manipulation is going to help me conserve durability while I increase progress. I have muscle memory active as well as veneration, and together they're going to buff this next groundwork. So I'm going to use groundwork here, and then I'm going to use groundwork one more time, then follow that up with a careful synthesis. After I use the careful synthesis, I say this with all my crafts, I am now one job action away from completing the craft. Alright, now to increase quality, starting with innovation, since manipulation and waist knot 2 are active, these preparatory touches are only going to cost 5 durability. Now use 2 more preparatory touches, these are going to cost 10 durability because waist knot 2 was active there. My goal is to get 10 stacks of inner quiet, so I'm going to use innovation, and the innovation is going to buff these next 2 prudent touches. After these 2, I have 10 stacks of inner quiet. Now I can do my quality finisher. I'm going to use great strides. I'll go over to the efficiency window, and as you can see, this is more than enough to reach max collectability. I'm going to use Bear God's Blessing. Then I will follow this up with a careful synthesis, and I am done. I just gotta do this 24 more times, then I'll have a brilliant tool. So that's all I have for this guide for the brilliant tools. If you have any questions, please let me know in the comments. I will catch you all in the next video. Until next time, peace.